Caitlin Clark breaks records, surpasses Diana Taurasi in historic rookie season. Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever's standout rookie, capped off her remarkable debut season in the WNBA with yet another record-breaking performance. Despite a narrow 92-91 loss to the Washington Mystics, Clark's impact on the game continues to ripple throughout the league. The 21-year-old guard added to her growing list of accolades by surpassing Diana Taurasi's record for the most three-pointers made by a point guard in a single season, cementing her place in the WNBA record books. Clark finished her final regular season game with 8 points, hitting 2 out of 3 shots from beyond the arc. This brought her season total to 769 points, the most ever scored by a point guard in one season. Passing WNBA legend Diana Taurasi in three-pointers made as a point guard, Clark showed that she is not just a rookie, she's a force to be reckoned with. Taurasi had once commented on the challenge Clark would face transitioning from college to professional basketball. "Reality is coming," Taurasi said, acknowledging the difficulty of going from dominating college players to competing against veteran professionals. Clark initially struggled in her first few games as her team went 2-9. However, she has more than found her rhythm since then, proving her mettle against some of the best in the league. Over the summer, Clark was controversially left off the U.S. Olympic roster. Though disappointing, the snub only seemed to ignite her competitive fire. As the season progressed, Clark became increasingly dominant, leading the Fever to a playoff spot with her outstanding performances on the court. She has shattered multiple records in her rookie campaign, including most points, most assists, and most three-pointers made by a rookie in WNBA history. Now, as the Fever prepare for the playoffs, Clark will have the opportunity to add even more achievements to her already illustrious rookie season. While the initial transition to the professional level may have taken time, Clark's late-season surge suggests that her best is yet to come. All eyes will be on her as she looks to carry her team deeper into the postseason. Mystics' late-season push falls short despite win over Caitlin Clark and Fever. The Washington Mystics did their part Thursday night, ending the regular season with a 92-91 win before a Capital One Arena crowd that set the WNBA's single-game attendance record and roared with every Caitlin Clark contribution. The Mystics erased an 18-point deficit in the first quarter and showed the mettle they displayed during a regular season that started 0-12 yet held playoff hopes for the team until the final night of the campaign. But Atlanta's 78-67 win over New York secured the last playoff spot for the Dream, sending the Mystics 14-26 into the offseason. When Indiana's Grace Barger missed a potential winning jumper in the closing seconds, the capacity crowd of 20,711 had a win to celebrate, even if the out-of-town scores did not cooperate for the Mystics. "Some of those days before we won our first game, those were the critical moments in the season," Mystics coach Eric Thibault said. "Those would be the days that it could have come apart and it didn't. And that's a testament to players and staff and everybody around the team. We checked ourselves. We were honest with ourselves, held each other accountable, got better at it. Felt like 3 or 4 seasons in one, to be honest with you. But I think there were some true lines of connectedness and accountability and just a willingness to come in and work every day even when times were a little rough. That's when you show your character." The season opened with tempered expectations, the result of a retooled roster built with an eye toward the future. Landing one of the 12-team league's 8 playoff spots seemed a reach, especially after the franchise's worst start. Gone were Elena Del Don, Natasha Cloud, and Tiana Hawkins. In came Stephanie Dolson, Carly Samuelson, and Emily Engsler, and rookies Aaliyah Edwards and Julie Van Loo, and eventually second-year players Jade Melbourne and Sika Cone. The goal was to build a foundation and develop young players. Injuries to Brittany Sykes and Shakira Austin abetted the poor start. But the team steadied itself and went 14-14 the rest of the way, even moving into the number 8 spot with control of its playoff fate with 3 games remaining. Losses to the Dream and Liberty took that destiny out of the Mystics' hands. "We honestly really held each other down, especially in the hard times," Ariel Atkins said. "I can't talk about the perseverance of our team without talking about our bench. I honestly to this day feel like we do have the best bench in the league. Today was kind of a culmination of our season. We did not start well. Bench came in and picked us up, gave us a spark, ignited it, and other people were able to feed off that energy. That's just the definition of this season to me. And you kind of saw it all in a 40-minute period there, to be honest. We did not make the playoffs this year, but you can't tell me this wasn't a team I would love to play with again. Top-to-bottom culture players, Edwards missed her third consecutive game because of a right ankle injury. She was ruled out Wednesday but was dressed for the shoot-around and did some light shooting with the coaching staff. Tebow said she had begun to some running and cutting Wednesday and was still days away. He emphasized days, not weeks.